Okay, and welcome to Math 101, Quantitative Literacy for the spring semester. And so this video is going to be a welcome video, and it's going to include important information for the class. And just keep in mind that this video is used for multiple semesters, and so the particular information in this video may not apply to you as far as, for example, times, places, and dates and things like that. But the general form, the general organization of the Blackboard, and all the general information in the syllabus will be the same. Um, so just keep in mind, make sure you read the syllabus for the details. Make sure you peruse and browse around the Blackboard for the details as well. So again, this may change in its particulars from semester to semester. So just keep in mind. Um, so let's start. I'm going to go through the Blackboard and show you how everything's organized and also the syllabus. But again, I'm going to leave it to you to go through and read it and to make sure you understand what's in it and what's in the Blackboard. Okay. So first things first, here are the announcements. Okay, so these will be emailed out to you. You don't have to read it now, but I will email the announcements out to you, and you'll get this as for an introduction or a welcome email. Here's my information here. You can find it under faculty information, my email, but it's also in the syllabus, multiple different places you can find it. Here's the syllabus. Okay, so if you click on here, it'll open up the syllabus, and we'll start with going through the syllabus. Okay, so in the beginning of the syllabus is the name of the course, my information, and also the course ID that you will need for my math lab, for the homework and quizzes, or some of the quizzes. And so here's some links and my email again. Here's the information about the class, when we're going to meet, where we're going to meet, and so on. And here's the prerequisites for the course. Here's how to register for the course on Blackboard. Okay, so to register for this course, you're going to go through this information. This will also help you make sure that if you go through this process, then you should only be able to do it once, and then every time you go to this through Blackboard, or you'll only have to log in once, and you can do the homework on My Math Lab instead of having to go directly to My Math Lab all the time. So make sure you follow these directions, and I'll also show you where on Blackboard you would do it as well. But here's the instructions here. Okay, so let's see here. That's that. What else? So we have login on Blackboard here. So to register for this course, again, just follow this information here. Read through this on your own. And then, of course, log it on Blackboard. There's the information here. Here's the textbook information, supplies you're going to need. You're going to need the access to My Math Lab, so you're going to have to purchase the access code. So you can either get that through buying a new textbook, or you can go directly to Pearson Learning and do that. But again, you could do that up here as well when you go through this process. Okay? But either way, you're going to have to purchase an access code. The calculator. So you're going to need either a T83 Plus or a T84 graphing calculator. You can also rent them. I'll supply more information at the beginning of the semester. But here's the information as far as what it entails, how you rent, and so forth, and where you go and how you do that. Okay? So I would do that at the beginning of the semester, earlier, sooner rather than later, because there's only so many calculators, and once they're gone, they're gone. Here's the course description. And then, of course, topical outlines that we're going to cover throughout the semester, method of presentation. Here's what you should learn as far as student outcomes by the end of the semester. These are all the things you should be able to do. And of course, these are the different things I'm going to assess you on. Okay. And here's the grading policy. So here are all the different things I'm going to be grading you on. Here's the weights. This is the percentages of your total grade. Notice that the 4 exams go up to 40% of your grade. Your final, the department of final, is 25% of your classroom grade. And again, this is a flipped classroom. One of the things we're going to talk about is that a lot of the work, the videos you're going to be watching are outside the classroom. The lecture videos you're going to watch outside the classroom, and then when you come to class, we're going to be working in groups. We're going to be doing your homework. You're going to be doing things that would be applied that you're going to apply what you've learned in the videos by doing homework, worksheets, group work, suggested homework in class, those sorts of things. Okay. Homework. Homework is going to be one of the most important things in the class. You're going to have homework that is on my math lab. That's going to be graded. Okay. There is no late homework accepted, so don't even bother asking me for an extension because it doesn't matter what the excuse is. There is no extensions. So if it's late, it's late, and there's no credit for late homework. You do get 3 shots at the homework, and I do drop the lowest 5 homework scores. So if you forget or if you don't submit it on time, you can just count that as one of your 5 lowest scores that will be dropped. The suggested homework is going to be on Blackboard as well. And it's not collected, it's not graded, but I do take problems from the suggested homework to give you your weekly quizzes. Okay, and the quizzes are based on the material we cover the week before. Okay, so now this isn't the My Math Lab quizzes. These are weekly quizzes, in-class quizzes that I give every week that is based on the material we covered the week before. Okay, and I get them directly from the suggested homework. Okay, I do drop the lowest 5 quizzes will be dropped. So if you miss a quiz, there are no makeup quizzes and you get a 0. Exams, there are 4 exams as I showed earlier. There are no makeup exams unless you're pregnant and you have a complication that arises because of the pregnancy. And of course, you have to have a doctor's note explaining this. Then you do get a makeup exam. But other than that, there are no makeup exams. Now, what I do is I do replace the missing exam. If you do end up missing an exam, I do replace the lowest exam score with whatever you get on the final. Okay, but you have to do better on the final than your lowest exam score. So if you do miss an exam and get a 0, then I would just replace that 0 at the end of the semester with whatever you get on the final. Okay. Let's see here. Of course, no electronic devices are out except for your graphing calculator. No exceptions, so they must be out and away. No sharing of calculator, so please do not ask me for a calculator. I do not share my calculator because I'm usually using it. But so please make sure that you have either fresh batteries or your batteries are charged before the exam. Okay, or at least at the beginning of the semester, because a fresh pair of batteries will last a lot longer than the semester. Okay, and please make sure you bring your calculator with you to class every single day, so that way you don't forget it. Because if you forget it, I can't do anything for you. Okay. Also, once I hand back the exams, you have 1 week to ask me any questions about the exam. I do post the solutions on Blackboard, and you will have access to those, so you can ask me questions about the solutions, or if you have a question about how I graded your exam, or if you want to challenge me on something, which, like, let's say you think I took too many points off, or you should have got more points, or whatever the case may be, feel free to ask. I don't mind you asking. It's better to ask than not ask. The worst that will happen is that I will explain to you why I took the points off, and my answer will be no to any extra points. Practice exams are on Blackboard. Okay, so I do have those on there on Blackboard, so you can use those to practice with as a supplemental source. Of course, there's no hold on. There are no, practice exams do not cover everything on the practice exam. They do cover much, but again, the best way to study is to go through all of the PowerPoints, the lecture videos, your notes, and the homework, and just make sure you're prepared for anything that could come up from the section or the chapter or the unit. Okay. Okay, so projects, there are projects on Blackboard. These are submitted through Blackboard. Okay. The way you submit these is you're going to print them off. Then you're going to complete them. Either you can write on the paper, or if you want to do it on loose leaf paper, but make sure that your questions and answers are both on the loose leaf paper. Okay. Please do not type it out on a computer. I want you to draw it out if need be. Okay, so please, you can either print it off and write directly on the project paper itself, or you can write it on loose leaf paper, but make sure that your questions and answers are both written down neatly, orderly, so that you can get credit for them. So once you complete the project, then what you're going to do is you're going to scan it and submit it through Blackboard as an attachment. Okay, so again, it has to be a PDF, some form that I can open up. Please do not use Google Docs, do not use Google Drive, do not use any online submission or anything that I may not be able to open. Okay, so again, PDF or a GIF or GIF file, a picture. Okay, but it has to be attached like an email attachment. Okay, like you would attach any file, and submitted. And if there's an issue, you need to be able to two things. When you submit it, you should be able to see your submission. You should be able to see a preview of your submission, and you should be able to open it up and view it on your computer just like I would. Okay? So again, make sure you submit early rather than late, because if there is a problem, I can delete it and have you resubmit before the due date. But once the due date is passed, I'm sorry, but there is no going back. Okay, so make sure you get it done. And my suggestion is to just print it off. Okay, I strongly suggest you do this. Print it off, do your work on the paper if you can. Sometimes it's going to require you to have to print something off of from a website, but you are going to have to print it off and then scan it through a printer. So scan it to a flash drive and then save it as the file name, right? That would obviously Math 101 with your name, and then save it as a PDF. It'll be scanned as a PDF. You'll save it as a PDF, and then just attach it to the submission, and then submit. So make sure you submit. Make sure you attach all of the files necessary first before you click submit. Okay. So, final exam is a required comprehensive departmental final exam. Okay. And I'll give you more information as far as where it's going to be held, what room number, and so forth. Okay, so that'll come towards the end of the semester when we know more. But this is more information about the final exam that you can prepare for. Here are the dates of the exams and the final. Okay, again, for the final, the room number will be to be announced. Okay. Extra credit, again, read this for extra credit if you are interested in the extra credit. Cell phones, again, read about cell phones. Attendance, there's attendance policy. You get 2 points per class that you attend. And so if you leave early or if you come late, you lose a point. Okay, so make sure that you come on time and stay the entire class period. It is a small percentage of your grade, but nonetheless, it is part of your grade. Okay, no switching classes after the first 2 weeks of class begins. Withdrawals, here's important information about the withdrawal date. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to the withdrawal date for this class, or for any class for that matter. Classroom behavior, you can read that. Access accommodate, all this other stuff I would be read on your own, especially the integrity, academic integrity, cheating and plagiarism. I have flunked students in my class for cheating. It has very seldom gotten that far, but again, it could include as far as anything from just failing that particular assignment up to failing the entire course. So please don't cheat and don't plagiarize. I encourage you to work together, but make sure you work independently. Do your work independently. Okay? I have caught students who have tried to do the Excel homework and do the projects together, and then one student inevitably sometimes will cheat by copying. And even if you don't mean to, it is considered cheating and plagiarism. So I have given students zeros on projects because I've noticed and found that they were copying from each other. And even if you didn't mean to let the other student copy, even if you just loaned it to them as a reference, you still get a zero on that assignment. Okay, it's called facilitating, and you want to avoid facilitating cheating. Okay, so in other words, don't loan your project to other people to look at. Okay, don't do that. Avoid the possibility of receiving a zero on your assignment. Okay, email. Please give me 24 hours to respond to any email that you send me. That is my policy. 24 hours is what I need as a reasonable amount of time to respond. Most of the time I respond sooner than that, but you have to allow me 24 hours. Oh, by the way, on the weekends, I will not respond to email very often. So if you email me on a Saturday, you may get a response from me on Saturday, but Sundays, don't even count on a response from me on Sundays. Weekends are my time. I do deserve a day off, a couple of days off during the weekend. So if you email me during the week, I will respond pretty quickly. If you send me an email on Saturday or Sunday, hit or miss. Here are important dates that you're going to want to know for the semester. And then here are my tips for success. I highly recommend you read them. And then here is the tentative schedule. I have everything in here. Very seldom will anything change, but if something does change, it will most likely be the schedule, and I will email all changes to the syllabus. I will email you, let you know that a new syllabus or an updated syllabus has been posted to Blackboard. Okay, and so again, if you want to know where we're at as far as in the class or what we're going to be going over for that day, here it is. And also make sure that, again, you have the videos, the lecture videos, watched before that day's class. So for Tuesday, the first day of class, January 14th, we're going to be going over the syllabus, my math lab, overview of the course, and section 1.1 of the course material. So this means that before the first day of class, you should have these videos watched. In fact, this is the welcome video that you're watching right now. So when you're watching the welcome video, you're actually going through this first part. And then you'll watch the video for section 1.1, and that'll get you all caught up for the first day of class. Okay? And then for Thursday's class, you're going to want to have these two sections watched, okay, before class on Thursday. Okay? Because, again, you're going to want to be prepared, because when you walk into the classroom, you're going to be prepared to work. And you're going to apply what you know, and then that's going to be the place where you're going to want to ask questions. So the flipped classroom, again, works where you're going to be watching the videos outside of class, and you're going to then come to class ready to work and apply what you've learned in the videos, and to solidify and to expound and increase your understanding of what you've learned. Maybe there is something you weren't quite understanding in the videos. This is the time to ask questions when you're in class. Okay? Okay, so this is the syllabus. Again, any questions you have, just let me know. And then the last 2 pages of the syllabus. So these are the last 2 pages. Again, the first page is the student information sheet. I want you to fill this out as detailed as possible. Feel free to share whatever you want to share. Okay. And then the last page is a signature page. So make sure you fill this out with your full name and sign it and date it. And then what I want you to do is these last 2 pages, you can print these off, fill them out, and then scan and attach them and submit them through Blackboard. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so what you would do is scan them to a flash drive. Okay, or you scan them and save them to your laptop, whatever the case may be. The easiest way to do it is scan it and save it to a flash drive or your PC, and then once you save it, then submit it through Blackboard. Okay. So now, here's how you submit your last 2 pages. So notice here, you have the last 2 pages. So what you would do is click on the last 2 pages submission. And now what you're going to do is, what you would do is browse your computer. Okay. Find where your last 2 pages were saved. And then once you find them, you're going to click on them, double click on them. And then you'll see it attached, just like you would attach an email, attach a file to an email. You'll see it attached here. In fact, let me just attach something here just to see it. So right here, you'll see that you're attached. Okay. And if you make a mistake, you can click on Do Not Attach and then click OK. Okay. But whatever happens, make sure you attach the correct file. And then once you attach the file, or if you have multiple files, you'll just attach them all. You'll attach them all first. And then once you have the files attached, hit Submit. Okay, and then once you hit Submit, you're done. Okay, here's where the calculator rental information will be at the beginning of the semesters. So make sure you look there. And then course information. This is where all of the really important information for the class is going to be. Okay, so now here are your units. Each unit is a different section of that we're going to go over. Here's your final review for the final exam. So I'm just going to go through one of these units. The rest of them are pretty much the same. So in this unit here, you'll find your chapter information. So here's chapter 1 and 3, which comprises of unit 1. And so what you're going to do is, once you click on here, you've got different folders in here. So here are your lecture videos. So here are all the lecture videos you'll find. So there's only one lecture video for this section because we're only covering one section of chapter 1. And what you would do is, if you want to watch the video, you just click on Watch Video, and it opens up my YouTube video here, and just click Play, and it'll start to play. Okay. Let me see here. And so it starts to play.
Okay, welcome. And today we're...
And it'll play. Now this one is, now it's set, oh, by the way, this says 59 minutes. This video is not 59 minutes. It's more like, I think it's like 30 minutes long. So for some reason, this is incorrect. It's 59 minutes, or it's less, it's not 59 minutes. Not even close. It's more like 30 minutes. But anyway, so then once you're done watching the video, okay, you can go back. And you've got the PowerPoints. These are the PowerPoints that I used for the video. So if you want to go back and review, you can review the PowerPoints, or you can go back and look at the video. You can watch the video multiple times. You can fast forward. You can skip, all kinds of things. And then here are the lecture guides. These are what you're going to want to print off, and you're going to want to have these with you in class because you're going to walk through these. These are things you're going to be working on in class to help you understand the material. And these are things also that you can use to prepare for the exams and ask questions about. And then, of course, the suggested homework. You're going to also want to work on these in class. Okay, so if you click on this, It'll download it, then you can open it up, and of course, you've got the suggested homework. So here's the suggested homework for 1.1. Now this is in addition to the homework you're going to do on My Math Lab. So these are the suggested homework, which means they're not collected. I don't grade them, but I will pick problems from here for the weekly quizzes. Okay, so these are things that you can work on during class in addition to the homework and other things that you'll be working on in class. Okay, so let's go back. And so this covers the chapter 1. So if we go back to unit 1, then we can go to chapter 3. So here's all the things from chapter 3 that you can work on. Okay? And then if you go back to unit 1, you've got review materials. Here's where you're going to find the practice exams and the review packet. Okay, so here's the unit 1 review, and here's the exam, first unit 1 exam. And then here's the solutions to the first exam that you'll find when I have them here. Okay, so you'll find the solutions when I post the solutions to the first exam, the unit 1 exam, you'll see them here. And then if you go back to the course materials, again, you can go into unit 1 for algebra. So here's all of the review materials, all the stuff that you'll need for unit 2. And of course for unit 3, where we study personal finance. And then of course unit 4 on statistics. Okay, and then of course the information final review. Here's information for the final review. Okay, that you'll find for studying for the final. Okay. Okay. Now also keep in mind that you are allowed to use a note card on each of the exams. Each of the unit exams, you can use one note card, a 3x5 note card. You can write on both sides of the note card for the exam. Okay. The only thing you cannot have on the note card are examples. You cannot have specific examples written out on the note card. You can put definitions, vocabulary, formulas, whatever else you want to put on there. You just cannot have specific examples written out. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So now let's move on. So online assignments. Here's how you would get to My Math Lab. So if you click on online assignments, this is going to bring you to the My Math Lab. So now all of this other stuff you can ignore. Okay, you're not going to be using this. I mean, you could, but I typically don't use it. Here's the e-text. You can get the e-text. Here's your My Math Lab gradebook, things like that. But the main thing you're going to use is the My Math Lab All Assignments tab. Okay, so you're going to click on this. Here's the information you're going to need in order to register. So if you click on this, here's the information you're going to need for My Math Lab. So here's another form that you can go through. Okay, so all the information you need to get started. Okay, so make sure you read this. And then once you follow this, you're going to go through this net, and you go to launch. Okay. Now mine is already set up. Okay, so you won't see this, but you're going to see something that says like for register and stuff. So make sure again that you follow the instructions. Okay. And then here are your class projects. Here are all the class projects that you'll have. Okay. And again, you're going to click on this. You'll click on the project, open it up. And so what you would do is you would print this off and you would work on it. You would fill it out. You would complete the answers. You would complete what they ask you to do. And then once you complete it, then you would scan it to a flash drive or to your computer. And then what you would do is then you would come back and you would click on this. And then you would browse your computer, attach the file, and then once you attach the file, hit submit. Okay, and you're going to do that for each and every one of your projects. Okay. And then in-class quizzes, these are where I'm going to put the in-class quiz solutions under here. Okay, this is where you would find the in-class quizzes. And then the extra credit essay submission. This is where your extra credit essays would be submitted by the end of the semester. Okay, and again, these are extra credit, so you don't have to do them. But here's the information on the instructions and on the submission. Okay. And then, of course, that's the end of it. So that's all the information I have for here. Okay. So again, make sure that you go through the syllabus, read the syllabus, start working on watching the videos sooner than later. I mean, if you watch the video and you've got access to Blackboard before the semester starts and you want to get a head start, go for it. There's nothing wrong with getting a head start on everything, getting started. In fact, if you get a head start on this semester will probably be really easy for you to keep up with everything. Okay. Plus, you can review the videos, review the PowerPoints multiple times. You can ask questions in class. This is a pretty straightforward class if you make it that way. Okay. So I strongly encourage you to watch the videos before class. If you don't watch the videos before class, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Okay, because that's like skipping lecture and then expecting to be able to do the homework and be able to be successful in the class without showing up to lecture. Okay, so before you show up to class for that day, make sure you have the videos watched and at least start working on the homework. After you watch the videos, try to do the suggested homework problems or start working on the homework. And then what you can do is if you have questions and if something you didn't understand, bring those questions to class and I can help you on an individual basis. And it's a lot easier to help students that have individual questions than to try to help you otherwise. Okay. So again, keep in mind, this is a flipped classroom. Again, also watch the videos. Do I have the videos? I thought I had the videos here. Where are they? So here's the video. So again, this is where the welcome video is. And you'll hear that I want you to watch this on the flipped classroom model. It will help you understand what's going on. And it is one of the best innovative classroom setups. It will work if you work it, just like anything else. Okay. It may be new to you and you may not like it. But again, sometimes you go through life and you have to do things you don't like. That's life. Okay. But I promise you that if you do it, you work through it, you do what's expected of you, you will end up being very successful in this class. Okay. Again, if you have any questions, reach out to me via my email. Again, my email here is on the syllabus, but it's also under faculty information, so you can email me. Oops, that didn't work. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, hold on. Oh, gotta sign in. Hold on. Okay, but anyway, like I said, email me. You've got my email on the syllabus. Oops, wrong one. Okay, right here. So you got my email on the syllabus, but it's also here on Blackboard. So go ahead and email me if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to respond. Even if it's before the semester starts, go ahead and email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions I can to help you get on a good start or get started early. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you soon.